feats in the U.S. extemporaneous speaking. He is a two-time state finalist, finishing as the state runner-up as a junior. Nathan was also a three-time national speech and debate tournament qualifier, finishing 9th in the country as a junior. Nathan is the president of National Honor Society. He enjoys spending time with his family, reading and writing. He also likes college football and all things Star Wars. Nathan attends Riverwood Chapel, where he participates in a weekly men's Bible study. Nathan plans to study political science in college. Congratulations, Nathan. Representing the seniors, Joey Kopech. Joey's escorted by his parents, Joe and Stacy Kopech. Joey has played football and basketball and ran track at CVCA since he was a freshman. He's earned all 3 state honors for the last 3 years in football and was named the District Defensive Player of the Year in the 2024 season. Joey has been able to go to states for track and field with 3 different relay teams for the last 3 years, was able to go with his brother, Tommy, who's also walking with the family, this past season and run with him in the 4x400. Outside of going to school and playing sports, Joey also enjoys bird watching and extreme ironing and bingo. Joey attends the Liberty Valley Church and his CVCA School of Ministry. Joey is committed to play football at Rutgers University and plans on studying pre-med and astrophysics or business. Joey would like to thank his parents, family, and coaches for all their support. He is looking forward to playing another great game tonight with team number 30. Congratulations, Joey. Also escorted by Joe and Stacy is sophomore Tommy Kopech. Tommy is a member of the football and basketball and track and field teams for CVCA. His freshman year, he was named all-conference and all-district as a linebacker. Tommy placed 8th with his 4x400 relay team at Columbus in June. And outside of going to school and playing sports, Tommy enjoys playing Brawl Stars with his friends and cousins. His favorite accomplishment is the 70,000 trophies that he has earned. Tommy attends the Liberty Valley Church, where he helps cut the grass every summer. Past winter, Tommy was able to travel to Florida with the CVCA basketball team and enjoyed being able to serve at the local Ronald McDonald House. Tommy's looking forward to attending college after graduating from CVCA and continuing to play football and study business. Lastly, he's very grateful for his family, teammates, teachers, coaches, and staff at CVCA who have helped him to have the experience and great moments in high school already. Congratulations to the Kopech brothers. Representing the senior class, senior Brady Martin. Brady's escorted by his parents, Drew and Amber Martin. Brady's a 3-time letter winner and a member of the football team. He's also a 4-time letter winner for track and field and was named first team all-conference. Brady also enjoys skiing, fishing, seeing friends, and lifting. Brady was a part of the CVCA Dominican Republic mission trip, as well as a mission trip to Chicago with his church. Brady will be attending Indiana Wesleyan University to be a part of their track and field program as a thrower. He plans to study business management or entrepreneurship and then join the Fire Academy. Congratulations, Brady. Senior Ben Truax. Ben is escorted by his parents, Doug and Katie Truax. Ben's mom writes, I knew Ben had a calling on his life when at the age of 2 he was reciting Bible stories and verses with such excitement. And we know him to be a leader at heart. Ben is the captain of the football team, received a Blue Collar Player of the Year award last year for his hard work ethic both on and off the field. He was selected for the first team all-district and third team all-state last season. As soon as football season ends, the next day wrestling season begins. And Ben's wrestling season highlight was an underdog win in triple overtime against St. Vincent St. Mary's senior wrestler to qualify for districts. His discipline and perseverance are at the forefront of everything that he does. He's on student leadership team at church, and just this year started playing guitar on the worship band. He's gone on mission trips all 4 years. His recent mission trip to the Dominican Republic with his school. But most importantly, Ben's love for the Lord and Savior Jesus is most evident in the way that he desires to serve and obey him wholeheartedly. He's not ashamed of the gospel and seeks to boldly share his faith. He likes playing guitar, fishing, watching football, and hanging out with friends. Playing cards with his family, and he's quite the grill master, to be honest. He currently works at Giant Eagle and often describes himself as an old soul who likes to rock out to the classics. Ben attends Redemption Chapel and is on the student leadership team here at CVCA. He's gone on mission trips all 4 years of his time here and has ideals for his future. While he's not decided yet, he knows that God has big plans for him. Congratulations, Ben. Representing the junior class, junior Will Perot. Will is escorted by his parents, Evan and Michelle Perot, and is a member of the football, basketball, and track and field teams. He's also a student ambassador and a member of the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, as well as the Embrace Club. When Will is not at school, you may find him lifeguarding, playing golf, cooking, and scuba diving. He's looking forward to traveling with CVCA to Rwanda in the Dominican Republic missions trips this year. Will is interested in careers in the U.S. Navy or Air Force after graduating from CVCA. Congratulations, Will. Representing the senior class, senior Emerson Hutt. Emerson is escorted by his parents, Lance and Gabby Hutt, and came to CVCA in the 9th grade, and since then, Emerson has been a part of the School of Classics, School of Business and Entrepreneurship, where he's an executive for Shia Coffee. Emerson is also a member of the National Honor Society. He loves his worship leadership class, which has a phenomenal teacher, and AP music classes as well. Emerson currently plays varsity soccer for the Royals and has gone on missions trips with CVCA to Kentucky and the Dominican Republic. He's very excited about this trip to Rwanda coming up with the School of Business. Emerson's been involved in sports from an early age, particularly soccer. During the off-season, Emerson plays for Ambassadors Football Club. He had the opportunity to study abroad for one summer in Chile, where he attended school and played music with his cousin's band. He's played piano for many years and loves to sing like Elvis. He's worked as an assistant for a roof company and is an excellent minivan driver. Emerson's an active member of Christ Community Chapel, part of their leadership team there. Fine arts competition, Royal Rangers, Assemblies of God. He's been involved in city missions trips and group projects. Emerson's planning to study business and biblical studies, and he will be applying to Taylor University in the fall. He would love to continue playing soccer and, of course, continue his music. Congratulations, Emerson. Representing the seniors, Robbie Akins. Robbie's escorted by his parents, Beth and Glenn Akins. Robbie's in the School of Business and Entrepreneurship at CVCA. He's the CMO and Director of Subscriptions at Shia Coffee. Robbie is an all-Ohio track athlete and a state qualifier for cross-country and track. Outside of school, Robbie enjoys skiing and skateboarding. He's also a member of Grace Church. Robbie plans on running and studying business and is yet undecided on a college. Congratulations, Robbie. Senior Bailey Carroll is escorted by her mom, Michelle Baez, and her dad, Jude Carroll. And her stepmom, Holly Carroll. Bailey is a 3-year letterman and varsity captain on the cheer team. She is also a part of the School of Ministry and is a student ambassador. In her free time, Bailey loves to paint, hang out with friends, spend time with family. Bailey attends Grace Church Bath Campus and has attended the Momentum Youth Conference for the past 3 years. She's grateful for her experiences on the Dominican Republic trip this summer with her classmates and teachers. After graduating from CVCA, Bailey hopes to study early childhood education and is still undecided on the college at this point. Congratulations, Bailey. Representing the senior class, Ava Morales. Ava's escorted by her parents, Paul and Wendy Morales, is involved in the School of Ministry. This year, she's taken on the role of managing senior activities. She's involved in the Royal Theater and loves to help out with the middle schoolers. Outside of school, Ava participates in Rogue and All-American ETC competitive show choir. She's a 9-time best performer in both groups and top 5 in the nation. She's very passionate about traveling and loves exploring countries, getting to know new cultures and learning new languages. And she also really, really loves potatoes. Ava attends Grace Church and is heavily involved in the worship, student ministries, sports ministry, Christian ministry, and missions. She also is the founding member of the Council of the Response, which is a fully student-run organization in the Akron area working towards bringing together high school students of all denominations to encourage them to live in a spirit of revival in our community and to spread the word of God. Congratulations, Ava. Representing the seniors, senior Bailey Carroll. Bailey's escorted by her mom. That is not correct, so we're going to redo that one, everybody. Senior Cadence Novak is escorted by her parents, Zach and Melanie Novak. Has been heavily involved in the Royal Theater, and Cadence, most notably in her role, was that of the Maid Marian in the not-so-true tale of Robin Hood. Cadence is in the School of Business and Entrepreneurship. She and her team won second place last year in the marketing pitch night, and this year, Cadence is the Chief Marketing Officer for Shia Designs. She is a member of the worship leadership team and will be leading her fellow students in worship at chapel this year. Cadence loves doing nail art and design and loves getting intricate manicures to her friends. She also has a passion for the American Sign Language and deaf community and spends a lot of her spare time outside of school learning about it. Cadence is a member of the Silver Creek Church, where she enjoys singing on the worship team and serving in the nursery with the babies. She's enjoyed serving on the Vacation Bible Camp as an actress in the skits. Cadence went on the senior mission trip to the Dominican Republic this summer, and she's especially enjoyed her time with children at the deaf school while she was there. Cadence plans to attend Kent State University or Bethel University in the pursuit of the bachelor's degree of American Sign Language Interpreting. She also plans on getting her license to be a nail tech over the summer after she graduates from high school. Congratulations, Cadence. Senior Joy Saffles. Joy is escorted by her parents, Keith and Amber Saffles, and is a 4-year varsity tennis player. She placed first in the North Coast Conference for doubles and was a district qualifier. Joy enjoys traveling and hanging out with friends. Joy has served on the mission trips to Los Angeles and the Dominican Republic. She is actively involved in the children's ministry at Grace Church and directs the summer program for young children in Vermilion, Ohio. Joy is still exploring her exact career and college options, but she knows that she wants to work with children, and her top choice for college currently is Liberty University. At the moment, she is most interested in pursuing a career in pediatric occupational therapy. Congratulations, Joy. Representing the sophomore class, Claire Henko. Claire is escorted by her mom, Sarah, as a member of the junior varsity volleyball team and varsity softball team. Claire plays JO volleyball for Nova, has played for the travel softball for Northeast Storm for the past 4 years. She loves to spend time with friends and vacation at the beach. Claire has participated in a mission trip to Harrisburg, PA, where she helped feed the homeless and minister to children. Her future plans are unknown at this time. Congratulations, Claire. Representing the junior class, Sophia Raymond. Sophia is escorted by her parents, Dr. Chad and Kate Raymond. She's a member of the golf and lacrosse teams and is also a member of the speech and debate team, as in the Scholars Colloquium. Sophia enjoys public speaking, writing, working as a lifeguard, and spending time with family and friends outside of school. She volunteers in the children's ministry and the audiovisual ministry at her church. Sophia plans to attend college and intends to study business and/or law. Congratulations, Sophia. Senior Haley Ertel. Haley's escorted by her parents, Jason and Jen Ertel, and is the captain of the varsity football cheerleading team. Haley's been a competitive dancer for 11 years. She goes to Christ Community Chapel Youth Group and volunteers in the nursery. She has gone on 2 separate mission trips to the Dominican Republic and has loved every minute of it. Haley plans to study psychology, but is trusting whatever the Lord has planned for her future. Congratulations, Haley. Senior Ella Tate. Ella is escorted by her parents, Ryan and Kristen Tate. Ella has been involved in the volleyball program here at CVCA for 6 years and is a 3-year varsity letterman. She is also a member of the National Honor Society. In her free time, Ella enjoys hanging out with friends, spending time with her family, and staying active. Ella is thankful for the community here at CVCA, which has helped her grow in her faith over the years. The guidance of her teachers has strengthened her faith in ways that reach far beyond just simply academics. After high school, Ella plans to attend college to pursue a degree in nursing and eventually become a certified registered nurse anesthesiologist. Congratulations, Ella. Royal fans, give it up one more time for your 2025 homecoming court.
Well, a big thank you to LT Newland tonight. And this is Tim Nichols. You are tuned into CVCA live stream, and you are looking at the 2025 homecoming court from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. It is week 4 of the high school football season, and CVCA live stream is back with you tonight to bring you the coverage of tonight's homecoming game from Royals Stadium. My name's Tim Nichols. As always, we're glad you're joining us this evening, wherever you might be. Hundreds of CVCA alumni are right here returning home this evening. The special VIP tent area in the end zone will host nearly 800 alumni, spouses of alumni, and their families this evening. Food trucks, lots of fun, and oh yeah, a football game as well tonight here. The Garfield Golden Rams are the opponent tonight. It's a perfect night for football in Cuyahoga Falls. But in just a few moments, just a few moments ago, we just heard from LT Newland with this year's homecoming court, and the king and queen will be announced at halftime of tonight's festivities. But first things first, there is a football game. We'll turn our attention to the matter at hand. The Royals football team is 2-0, and they've won 10 straight regular season games dating back to last year. It's the longest such streak in school history. Tonight, they have a chance to start 3-0 on the field for the first time since 2007. Team 30, well, they're off to a great start. After waiting through an unusual Week 1 bye, the Royals opened their season on the road 2 weeks ago and raced out to a 35-0 halftime lead, holding Canton South to just one first down in the first half before finishing with a 42-14 Game 1 victory. Despite the success of the Royals program since a resurgence in 2017, it was the first season-opening win for CVCA since 2019, a span of 6 years. Last week in the home opener against Woodridge, the CVCA defense improved, if that's at all possible, posting a shutout against their longtime neighborhood rivals for the second year in a row. And the offense, well, in a word, unstoppable for the overmatched Bulldogs last week. The Royals put up 429 yards rushing, most of that again in the first half, and more than 200 yards on the ground in the first quarter alone, en route to a 49-0 shellacking of Woodridge. The win moved the Royals' record to 2-0, and believe it or not, you've got to go all the way back to that 2017 season, as we said, to find the last CVCA team to start the season with a pair of wins. That season, the Royals were coming off a 3-year stretch in which the program went 3-27. So that 2017 team laid the foundation for later success, finishing 7-3 and just missing the OHSAA playoffs. But they slipped up in Week 3, losing at home to Canton South. You have to go all the way back to 2007, in fact, to find the last CVCA team to start 3-0. That team had John Pettigrew and Alex Utley in the backfield, a pair that sit first and third all-time in rushing at CVCA. In 2007, the Royals opened the season with wins against New London, John Adams, and St. Thomas Aquinas. With a win tonight against Garfield, the Royals will match that 3-0 start of their predecessors from 18 years ago. This year's Royals team, well, they're just mashing teams in the trenches for the first 2 weeks. 11 different running backs have carried the ball in the first 2 games. Sure, teams have to focus on senior Joey Kopech, a Rutgers commit, but he's just one of 6 backs the Royals rotate through the backfield on a regular basis. Kopech was held out of the end zone in Week 1, but he found the blue paint 3 times a week ago en route to a 133-yard performance. But if you try to stop Joey Kopech, the Royals will hit you in waves. Senior Wesley Keeler has a pair of touchdowns. Sophomore Tommy Kopech exploded for a 59-yard romp down the sidelines last week. Junior Zach Anderson has a pair of touchdowns, one on the ground and other through the air, both out of the backfield. And if that's not enough, the Royals can hit you with senior Nick Schober or junior Reed Jones. And even junior Mason Fry got into the act, reeling off a 100-yard performance in the fourth quarter of mop-up duty last week, highlighted by a 60-yard dash down the sideline. And none of that accounts for the quarterback, Charlie Levac, who can burn you with his legs or his arms. With such a potent running attack, credit has to go to the guys up front, and they've been doing a great job. CVCA has a veteran offensive line anchored by 4 seniors. And there they are. Brady Martin and Gabe Kautzman seal the corners at the tackle spot. And you've got a strong trio on the interior in Eli Brown, Josiah Newmeyer, and D3 All-Stater Ben Truax at right guard. They've been moving the pile in front of them all season long. On the other side of the ball, the defense has been swarming and suffocating opponents through 2 games. Last week, the Royals held Woodridge to negative 7 yards rushing. It's homecoming week at CVCA, and perhaps the most amazing stat, Game 3, week number 4, and the Royals have yet to punt the ball this season. The task of the visitors, well, it's a tall one tonight. The Royals are heavy favorites against Akron Garfield, who comes into the game this evening with a 1-1 record. The Golden Rams opened the season with a 21-19 win at Division 5 Southeast in Portage County. After an unscheduled week off in week 2 when there was an outbreak of hand, foot, and mouth disease at Norton, their scheduled opponent, Garfield returned to the field a week ago but suffered a 41-0 shutout loss at Copley. It was a tale of 2 games. In that opener, Garfield was led by sophomore running back Sheldon Corley, who carried the ball 17 times for 172 yards and a pair of touchdowns. But Corley did not appear on the stat sheet a week ago against Copley. It was fellow sophomore Jordan Spalding who got the start. Garfield was above 500 in the Akron City Series a year ago. That's the conference in which Garfield plays. But they lost a ton of talent to graduation. In fact, the Golden Rams tonight and this season returned just 5 starters total on both sides of the ball. Senior Zion Blair is one of those 5 returnees. He's a talented wide receiver and defensive back who has 10 Division I offers. He's gained the attention of nearly every Mid-American Conference school. He was committed to Miami of Ohio for a short time, but did reopen his recruitment last spring. Another one of the returners from last year's starting 22 is fellow senior Amore Bidding, a linebacker who's attracting attention of Division I recruiters as well, reportedly with an offer from Middle Tennessee State, among others. The quarterback, well, he's junior Darius Sales, 6'2", 210 pounds. He's 12 for 27 in the 2 games this season through the air for 185 yards. Unfortunately, more often than not, he's been running for his life when he drops back. Up front, the lines are anchored by big 6'3", 220-pound lineman Corey Williams, another one of the seniors and returners. The problem? They can't seem to clone Corey Williams. And there's not enough of him to go around. A pair of transfers from Coventry, Reginald Edwards and Aiden Sipe, are both seniors as well, and they add some much-needed depth and experience. Edwards as a wideout and Sipe at linebacker. But that experience is limited across the board, and tonight Garfield visits CVCA for the first time and plays against a veteran Royal squad that boasts 17 seniors and 1 junior offensive lineman and linebacker with the most interesting of backgrounds entering tonight's game. We'll get to that background after this moment, in which we have an opening prayer and the national anthem.
Our hope is rooted and grounded in Christ. Let's pray. Father in heaven, we give you great thanks as we acknowledge this to be a good thing, to gather together as communities, to rally around the game of football. And we're grateful for the friendships, even as tonight is a homecoming game and getting to see people that you have used in our lives to bring about your glory. And God, we are so grateful this evening that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. God, we have not earned that. That is a free gift of your grace. And so we claim that tonight. We want to rally around the hope that you have given us in the gospel. That there is hope for broken, messed up people like us. That we can have hope for the future and all eternity because of what Christ has done through his death and resurrection. And so we ask that everything that happens in the stadium tonight would be pleasing and honoring to him. The way in which we play, how we cheer, everything would be to your glory. It's in Christ's name we pray. It's for him that we play. Amen.
Christ and bright star.
A resounding rendition of the Star Spangled Banner tonight as performed by the CVCA students and choir. We're ready for football on a Friday night, homecoming Friday night from Royal Stadium. Tim Nichols along with you on CVCA live stream. And before the prayer and the opening national anthem festivities, we're telling you about the visitors tonight, the Garfield Golden Rams. And the interesting background of one of their own, head coach Kemp Boyd, in the house tonight for Garfield, and CVCA's Asa Boyd on the sidelines for CVCA. Asa woke up in the home, as he does every morning, of the visiting head coach today. Asa Boyd's dad, Kemp Boyd, mans the sideline for the Golden Rams, just as he has for the last 12 seasons, but for the first time tonight, he'll be coaching, and Asa will be playing on the same high school field, albeit on different sidelines on a Friday night. So a good homecoming and celebration for the Boyd family. As we do each week, we take a look at the Royals record book. With 133 yards last week against Woodridge, senior Joey Kopech moved into 5th place all-time with 2,977 yards rushing at this point in his CVCA career. Next up on the all-time list is former Royals quarterback Michael Bevington, but it should take Kopech a few games to get there. Bevington ended his career with 3,580 yards, putting Kopech 604 yards away from 4th place all-time. Kopech is 6th in career touchdowns with 40, 6th in career rushing touchdowns with 32, and also 6th place in scoring. He dots the record book on the receiving side as well, 8th in career receiving touchdowns and 6th in career receptions. The Garfield Golden Rams enter the stadium on the far side to the applause of their fans, and CVCA soon to enter from the east end zone. Kopech had 6 interceptions a year ago, second best all-time for a single season at CVCA, and his 7 career thefts, just two off the all-time lead, jointly held by Trey Tucker and Jimmy Dykandrew. Special teams, Kopech's 3rd all-time in career kickoff average return yards after taking 2 kickoffs to the house a year ago. And here come the Royals. Senior quarterback Charlie Levac is tied for 9th all-time in career rushing touchdowns with 21. He should quickly move up that list as well. Last week he moved into 3rd place all-time in career touchdown passes, just 7 away from 2nd place. He's also 5th in career passing yards, needing just 12 yards tonight to move into 4th place. As we mentioned, this is the first ever meeting between the two teams tonight. However, the Royals did play a pair of games against Kenmore High School, which merged with Garfield in the fall of 2017 after closing its doors. The Royals handily won those 2 games against the Kenmore Cardinals back in 2006 and 2007, and this will be the 5th overall game that the Royals have matched up with a team from the Akron City Series in the history of the program. In the other 2 games, the Royals lost 44-0 to Akron North in the 2nd ever varsity game for the varsity program back in 1997, and they dropped a lopsided 48-0 decision against Ellett in 2015. That was the only winless season in CVCA history. We mentioned Garfield is coached by Kemp Boyd, who's in his 12th season at the helm of the Golden Rams program, having led Kenmore for 3 years before the merger of the 2 schools. Overall, he is 28-78 with Garfield and Kenmore. A year ago, though, he did guide the Golden Rams to a 3rd place finish in the City Series, just 1 game behind co-champions Akron East and Firestone. The Royals head coach is Nick Cook in his 5th season on the Royals sideline, 32-16 here at CVCA, and now 61-49 overall in a career that's taken him from Grove City to Chicago Christian High School to here at CVCA year number 5. A reminder, follow us on social media on X, Instagram, and Facebook at CVCA Livestream, and make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel as you're tuned in tonight. Hit that subscribe button before you go. The weather, it's perfect here tonight. Clear skies, 70 degrees at kickoff, light and diminishing winds out of the north, 5 miles an hour. The wind should not be a factor tonight. The Royals are set to receive Garfield, ready to kick off tonight as the clock winding down. The injury report, backup quarterback Alex Mamoni still out and unavailable with a lower body injury, and we'll have to wait and see who trots out there at running back for Garfield, the Golden Rams tonight. Teams are ready to go. The crowd has filed in, 800 alumni and their families in the end zone celebrating a return back to CVCA. We're ready for football on a Friday night from Royal Stadium. The ball is booted toward Joey Kopech, and he's going to take it at the 10-yard line. Kopech, 20-30, he's got a big hole. Joey Kopech is on his way, but a flag is down. Kopech still going, and he's being hauled down, but a flag is down on the play, and this one is going to come back for CVCA. And we'll wait for the call. It is holding against CVCA. And the Royals will have 1st and 10 from their deep in their own own territory, not ceremony. We just had a ceremony. And you get to see the tail end of that replay right there. Kopech being dragged down from behind at the 24-yard line, but the ball is going to be marched way back. And CVCA will start out 1st down and 10. We had just finished telling you that Joey Kopech, high on the charts in all-time kickoff return yards among many of his other accolades. And the Golden Rams did kick off to him, and they only lived to tell about it because of a holding call against the Royals, where CVCA sets up 1st down and 10 from their own 18-yard line. And they'll run it on 1st down. It's a short gain off the left side, and carrying the ball for CVCA, the first carry of the night, is Nick Schober. He's going to pick up 4 yards, 2nd down and 6 for CVCA, as you watch the replay right here. Charlie Levac in at quarterback for the Royals. And after the next play, we'll take a look at the Royals starting lineup. Levac under center, single back split out to the right, and this is another handoff left side, and it's got big yardage. And on the way is number 9 for the Royals. That is Dirk Geiger across midfield. Check that, it's number 8, Zach Anderson. A big carry across midfield. Picks up nearly 30 yards. 1st and 10 Royals as you watch it again. Anderson being hauled down, and the Royals' offensive prowess continuing. Taking a look at those offensive starters for CVCA. Martin, Brown, Newmeyer, Truax, and Kautzman up front on the line for the Royals. And then we'll pick up the rest of them in just a moment. Another big run, and this one could go to the house. It will. Joey Kopech is into the end zone. Touchdown, CVCA. Just 58 seconds into this contest, and the Royals are on the board. Joey Kopech with a run of 47 yards into the end zone. Touchdown, Royals. Check that, 43 yards was the line of scrimmage. So 43-yard touchdown run for Kopech. And in to kick the extra point is Luke McQuillan. It's a low snap, and the Royals will have to try and get a 2-point conversion. They'll run toward the end zone, and diving for the pylon and scoring for CVCA is Evan Wenzel, the holder. The 2-point conversion is good. So 8-0 CVCA. They make good on the 2-point try after a bad snap. With 58 seconds gone, CVCA leads this one 8-0. 3 plays and a touchdown for the Royals. 83 yards total on the drive, all on the ground. 58 seconds for the Royals, and they're on the board 8-0. For Kopech, that is touchdown number 4 on the season, touchdown number 4 in the last 2 games. And so the Royals will kick off. Back deep for Garfield is number 12, Dominique Douglas. And it looks like on the far side, perhaps number 15, Timothy Tate. McQuillan tees it up at the 40-yard line for CVCA. He's been in the program for 3 years, his first year on the varsity squad, and McQuillan will squib it, and it's going to be taken by an up man at the 25-yard line. And the Royals wrap up the runner. And Garfield will set up 1st down and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Carter Walkley in there on the tackle for the Royals. And so the Golden Rams will come out first down and 10 for their first offensive series. We mentioned in the pregame the quarterback for Garfield is number 8, Darius Sales, and we'll try and see who's in the backfield for Garfield. As we mentioned, it is going to be number 7, Spalding, who gets the start for the second week in a row. That is Jordan Spalding, a sophomore running back, who will set up to the left of his quarterback, Sales, who starts out of the shotgun. He'll fake the handoff and swing it out left side. It's complete across the 35-yard line to the 37-yard line. It's Timothy Tate on the reception for Garfield. He picks up 4 yards. Now move it back 3 yards. Second down and a short 7 yards for the Rams. Line of scrimmage is the 38-yard line of Garfield. This time man in motion to the near side. Sales will hand off, and nothing doing right there. Right into the grasp of the CVCA defensive line. Right up front there, Wesley Keeler and a host of other Royals. Spalding might get 1 or a half a yard. They'll move it out to the 38-yard line. It's third down, and they need to get to the 44, so 3rd and 6 for Garfield from the 38. 4 receivers in the formation. It's just Spalding in the backfield. They bring 1 in motion to the near side, so trips to the near side. Sales drops back, looks, throws, and it is tipped and incomplete behind the intended receiver. That was Tate once again they were looking for over the middle, and you take a look at it once again. It's 4th down. Right between Tate and number 12, Dominique Douglas. And so Garfield goes 3 and out on their first series, and they'll punt. And back in punting formation is number 21 for the Rams. That is Brandon Williams. Back deep for the Royals. Nick Schober and Zach Anderson. Williams will stand at his 26-yard line. It's a good snap, but whistles blow, and a flag is down. And it may be a delay of game. And it is. So they'll march 5 yards off against Garfield. 4th and 6 becomes 4th down and 11. Line of scrimmage from the 33. So everybody moves up 5 yards. Williams now will stand on his 21-yard line. It's a good snap, and he gets it away. Wobbly kick. It'll be fielded on the far side by Anderson. 40, 50, still going on the sideline, and Anderson is taken out of bounds in positive territory, about the 34-yard line. Here's that return, a good return for Zach Anderson. He was taken out of bounds by the kicker, Williams, and so the Royals in plus territory starting from their own 35-yard line.
Starting on the offensive line for the Royals tonight, JoJo Newmeyer.
8-0 CVCA. They scored in 3 plays on their first drive. Kopech, the older, coming off to the sideline. Leave back under center. 2 backs in the backfield, offset to the left. They'll run it right. Actually run up the middle, and it's going to go to the 10, to the 5, and a touchdown. CVCA fooled me, fooled the Rams. The Royals were not fooled. It's another touchdown for CVCA. Into the end zone is Wesley Keeler. Keeler, the senior, gets a touchdown. And the Royals are up 14-0 early. So we'll see if McQuillan can get the extra point off this time. Another bobbled snap, and so the Royals under pressure again. They toss it toward the end zone, and it is tipped away, incomplete. And so the Royals certainly cooking on offense, but the special teams unable to convert the extra point 2 times in a row. So after, well, you watch the replay on the touchdown once again. Keeler squibbed through the right side and then cut back left. And back into the end zone he went for Wesley Keeler for CVCA. Another touchdown to his total. That's his 3rd of the season for the Royals. 14-0 CVCA. We mentioned that the Rams coming into the game at 1-1, but blanked last week by Copley 41-0, and the Royals certainly a stern test for this Garfield Golden Rams team tonight. Already up 14-0 very early in this one. You are tuned into CVCA live stream. If you're enjoying the coverage of homecoming here on a beautiful night from Royal Stadium. Once again, Garfield waiting for that kick to be sent their direction. Royals squibbed the first one or pooched it, and they'll pooch it again. It goes in the direction, and a fair catch is called by number 12, Dominique Douglas. And Garfield will take over first down and 10.
Xavier Richardson brings up 1st and 10 for Garfield.
Public address announcer L.T. Newland called it for 34, Xavier Richardson. So we'll take his word for it. Garfield will set up first down and 10 from their own 33-yard line. They had a pass completion, a stuffed run up the middle, and an incomplete pass on their first series. We'll see what they can do this second series of the contest. Trailing 14-0 already to CVCA. Two receivers in the formation top side. Single receiver near side. Running back offset to the right, and Sales will roll. Now he's going to be flushed out to his left, looking downfield, and he'll just run. And he's escorted out of bounds by Wesley Keeler. A short gain across the 35-yard line. I'll move it right back to the 35. 2 yards on the pickup, 2nd down and 8. Darius Sales, the quarterback. He's a junior, 6 foot 175. Sales is 12 for 27 on the season for 185 yards passing coming into the contest. A whistle blows. We wait for the call, and they're going to reset the play clock. So Sales will head over to the sideline, get a word in with his head coach and offensive coordinator. Camp Boyd's assistants, Ellery Bradford, Ethan Humes, Courtney Stockard, Stephen Johnson, Raymond Trice, Kobe Thompson, Darnell Tucker, DeAndre Long, Shea Williams, Aaron Wood, Jesse Morak, and Stephanie Morak. That's the brain trust on the sideline for Garfield. As they restart the play clock, this time they'll have 2 backs flanking the quarterback Sales. They'll run it near side. Not a whole lot there, but blue jerseys as the CVCA Royals in all blue tonight. Wesley Keeler in there again. Reed Jones as well. Spalding doesn't get much, a single yard. 3rd down and 7. As the Rams behind the chains once again. Royals showing blitz. They back out of it. Out of the shotgun, Sales gets it off, and it's tipped and knocked down by Keeler. He had pressure. And once again, 3 and out for Garfield here. As you watch the replay, pressure on that play coming from the near side from CVCA's number 24, Tommy Kopech. And so back out on the field is number 21, the punter for Garfield, Brandon Williams, the sophomore. Zach Anderson, a big return on the first punt into positive territory, and 1 play later, the Royals were in the end zone. Once again, it's Schober and Anderson as they wait the kick. Back heel on the 25-yard line for Anderson. Good snap. And the kick is away, and this time Schober is going to get a chance. He'll take it on a bounce from his 26. Schober cuts and gets across the 40 before he's upended. And CVCA will have good field position once again. First down and 10 for the Royals from their own 42-yard line with 8:27 to go here in the first quarter. Royals touchdowns, Joey Kopech and Wesley Keeler. CVCA has only run 4 offensive plays. 2 of them have gone to the house. Royals rushing total already 118 yards. And there's just less than 6 minutes gone in this one. It's Reed Jones offset in a 2-back formation in the backfield for the Royals. Charlie Levac under center, and Jones is going to get it left side, and this time good pursuit by the Rams. 3 Golden Rams there to make the tackle. And it's a tackle for loss. Muhammad Kamara, number 1, a senior, comes from his safety spot and makes the tackle. A loss of 2 yards. It's second down and 12 for the Royals. Dongino Bickley in the game, split out wide on the far side. Once again, the Royals out of that bunch formation. They'll roll. They're going to look for Bickley. Throws long downfield, and Bickley's got a... He had a couple steps, but could not haul that in. And so third down for CVCA and long. On the coverage for Garfield, number 21. That was the punter, Brandon Williams. Also a linebacker, so he's ranging way downfield to cover Bickley. Put the hand up just in time, and the Royals have third and long. We mentioned before the Royals have yet to punt this season. It is September the 12th. Week 4. Game 3. They did have a bye the first week. We'll see what happens here on third down and 12. Levac's going to roll to his right once again. He's got time, looking downfield, throws, and it's complete. They won't punt here. Carter Walkley has it across midfield, and he's taken down to the 41-yard line. A gain of 18 yards on the pass play between Levac and the tight end Carter Walkley. First and 10 Royals. Walkley wide open and then barreled forward. First down yardage for CVCA. They move the chains to the Garfield 41-yard line. Royals moving once again. Pitch play, near side. Tommy Kopech trying to get the corner. He finally does, and he's escorted out of bounds by number 17 for Garfield. That's Xavier Ward. And Kopech looks like he wasn't going to get much. He got 6 yards in that play. It's second down and 4. The second down play coming from the 35-yard line of the Rams. And not much going there. Stacked up by the interior of the Rams defense. And let's take a look at that Garfield Rams defense. Reggie Edwards, Corey Williams, and Jameer Jenkins up front for Garfield. Sipe, Bidding, Jones, and Williams, the linebacker core for the Golden Rams. And in the secondary, it's Muhammad Kamara, Zion Blair, Wyatt Lockett, and Kamante Harrison for Garfield. They're going to try and make a stop here on third down once again. Third and 4. Levac rolls, points downfield, stops, throws toward the end zone. He's got a man open, and it is caught. Touchdown, CVCA. Touchdown for the Royals, Braden Harris. The Royals score again. It's Braden Harris. the senior with the second receiving touchdown of the season, and he puts the Royals up 20-0. And for the third time, Luke McQuillan will try and get an extra point. There's been trouble with the snap on both of the first two tries. Evan Wenzel has had to scramble, and now a flag is down. It's a false start against CVCA. And they'll move it 5 yards back. So this extra point will come from the 15-yard line, 25 yards on the point after touchdown try. And finally a good snap. The kick is up, and it is through the uprights. It's good. With 6 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first quarter, the Royals leading Garfield 21-0. 35-yard touchdown pass from Charlie Levac to Braden Harris, and the Royals are leading big in the first quarter, up 3 scores already. Royals cheerleaders in action tonight. Royals marching band in the house as well, and the student section packed to the brim and beyond. It's going to be a night of a lot of leg kicks once again for the Royals cheerleading squad. You catch them at the bottom of the screen right there as the kickoff coverage team back out on the field. Garfield drops back. The Royals feign that onside kick just to keep return teams honest. Pretty much all the time, but every now and then they'll uncork an onside kick. It's another pooch kick and another fair catch for Garfield, who will start once again. The fair catch signaled and caught by number 34 for the Golden Rams, Xavier Richardson. So now it's 21-0. The Royals leading. First quarter. It is a game the Royals were heavily favored. And so far it is playing out just exactly as some of the experts expected. Garfield still looking for that first down. Sales comes back out in the shotgun formation. One receiver in motion, and they're going to run it on the near side. And not much going right there. The interior of the CVCA defense, led by number 53 for the Royals, Gabe Kautzman. Check that, Paul Tepley makes the stop. Take a look at the Garfield starters. It's Sales, Spalding at the running back, Dominique Douglas, Zion Blair, Reginald Edwards, and Timothy Tate, the wide receiver core. They run 4 wide receivers. Up front, Cundiff, Stamps, Javen Neese, Cordell Smith, and Corey Williams for the Rams. 2nd and 10 for Garfield. Sales looks to throw, but the whistle stops this play before anything else can happen. He lofted that into the secondary. Dead ball and a false start against Garfield. They're going to move him back 5 yards. So 2nd down and 15 as the task and the hill to climb gets steeper for the Golden Rams. So far it's a good homecoming for the Royals and their fans. The Rams 2nd down at 15. Line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line. Sales, quick pass far side, has got a man open, and it's caught incomplete across the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 yards for Garfield on the far side. On the reception, Timothy Tate, number 15. Best play of the night for Garfield, and it brings up 3rd down and 4. Empty backfield this time, trips to the near side. 2 receivers on the top side, so 5 in the formation for the Rams. Pass to the near side, and it's dropped. Intended for number 12, Dominique Douglas. And he looked upfield before he looked the ball into his hands, and flag is down in the backfield as well. So you watch it right here, right through the hands, but it's on Garfield. The penalty is declined. Not a false start, sorry about that. It was a hold and it was declined. So 4th down, and Garfield looks like they will keep the offense on the field. Kemp Boyd seeing an opportunity here, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. The quarterback, Darius Sales, has Spalding to his left. Looks, quick throw, and it's incomplete. Right off the face mask of number 12, Dominique Douglas. And again, 2 chances for a first down right there, and you can watch it yourself right here. Quick pass, and Douglas would have had the first down, but right off the mask. And the Royals get great field position on the turnover on downs. 21-0 CVCA, and they've got an opportunity for more here. We are still just past the halfway mark of the first quarter. Total yards for the Royals, 175 yards in the first quarter so far, 122 yards on the ground. And we'll get the updated stats at the end of the first quarter and bring them to you on the screen. Right now, Royals on offense once again. And it's a handoff up the middle, left side, and not much there. Wesley Keeler on the carry for CVCA. They'll give him a yard. Brandon Williams doing a lot tonight. He's kicking, he's catching balls, and he's making tackles right there for the Garfield Golden Rams. 2nd down and 9 from the 35-yard line. This series started on the 36 for the Royals. They'll hand it. Reed Jones gets it, and he gets across the 35, but not much more. Just a yard. It's 3rd down and 8. So again, 3rd and long for CVCA. You've got to imagine it's 2-down territory, up 3 scores already in the first quarter, and really too close to punt it, too far to kick it. Dongino Bickley heads off. Dirk Geiger came into the game, and now from the sideline with the play call is the quarterback, Levac, the senior for CVCA. 3-year starter for the Royals, Charlie Levac under center. Sends Jones to his right. Moving to the left-hand side, that is number 5, Nick Schober. And they will run it again, and not much there. Good play by Garfield as they're bucking up and stiffening up their backbone. 4th down for the Royals. Keeler taken down as soon as he got the ball. No gain. It's 4th down and 8. And as we suspected, the offense stays on the field. No punting in positive territory, but 4th down and 8. Royals already 1 for 1 on 4th down tonight. We'll see what they can come up with here. Levac will roll to his left, points downfield, throws, and it's caught. Complete first down yardage to Dirk Geiger, and a flag is down. Geiger had the first down and ran over the defender. An immediate flag. So for the moment, the play takes it down to the 10-yard line. So you watch the replay and the big hit right here. Referee still conferring. If the play stands, it's a pickup of 24 yards. It's a personal foul against CVCA. We'll see if the play dead ball, personal foul against the Royals. But the Royals will get a first down. So the play stands, a pickup of 24, and then they'll march it back 15 yards to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for CVCA. So if you're scoring at home, a pickup of 24 on 4th down and 8, a 15-yard penalty after the fact, and the Royals' drive continues from the 25-yard line. And if you're not scoring at home, the good news is Chad Darr is to my right, and he's scoring right next to me. So, trips in the backfield. Reed Jones, right side, and again, not much there. Garfield stuffing the line and stuffing the run on this series so far. In there on the tackle for Garfield is Mohamed Kamara once again. 2nd down and 10 for CVCA. Clock winding down toward the close of this first quarter. It's been all CVCA so far. .90 seconds left in the first quarter. Out of the shotgun, Levac looks to throw. It's caught. And broken tackle, first down yardage down inside the 10-yard line for CVCA's Nick Schober. Schober flashed open, and really a weak effort, although, as you see on the replay, number 21 for Garfield, Brandon Williams, favoring the arm there, just didn't want to lay into him and make the tackle. So first down on a pickup of 16 yards, first down and goal on the 9-yard line. Royals will run it toward the 5. And Levac stacked up on the keeper for CVCA. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line coming up. They'll actually spot the ball down on the 6, although the scoreboard says the 5. We'll call it 2nd and goal from the 6. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Levac operating out of the shotgun. He'll hand off. Stepping forward and moving toward the goal line is Wesley Keeler. He's going to pick up 5 yards. 3rd down and goal from the 1 for the Royals, who do not need to snap it before the end of the quarter. We'll see if they choose to do so or not. They will not. We're going to go to the first quarter break with the Royals leading this one by a score of 21-0. CVCA at the end of one. All Royals here in this one on homecoming night from Royal Stadium. And as we hit the first quarter break, we want to remind you somehow about a half a decade is in the books, as we said last week, and we'll say it again right now. Season 6 of CVCA Livestream is underway, and tonight marks the 161st broadcast produced professionally by an all-volunteer team. What began during COVID became a tradition, but not free. Video equipment, software expenses, and audio upgrades cost about $5,000 per football season on average. Historically, this team did absorb all of those costs, but for the first time a year ago, we partnered with CVCA to allow you to give directly to help offset these expenses. So if you like what you're seeing tonight, you like what you see every week on CVCA Livestream, you have an opportunity to support CVCA with your gifts that are tax deductible. Simply scan the QR code or visit the link on your screen and note CVCA Livestream in the comments when you make your donation. We thank you for watching, and we thank you for supporting CVCA Livestream. The team switch fields, and when we get underway here in the second quarter, it'll be the Royals with 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line, and they'll be moving toward the east end zone here as they try and punch it in for their 4th score of the night. And they'll come out in the wing tee. Levac under center. He's got his choice of 3 backs. He'll hand it off to Tommy Kopech, and he will waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, CVCA. Tommy Kopech makes it 27-0 CVCA, and the Royals add another score here on the first play of the second quarter. And the Royals seeking that extra point. McQuillan with Evan Wenzel the holder. The kick is up and it's good with 11:57 to go here in the second quarter. Not the first as it says on your screen. It's the Royals 28 and the Rams nothing. And the next time we have a perfect broadcast will be the first time. We've just gone next door and said to the scoreboard operator, can you change it to second quarter? And he said, certainly. And he did, and it updated on your screen as it did here in the stadium. 11:57 to go here in the second quarter, and the Royals leading big here at Royal Stadium at homecoming night as the sun has gone down on a beautiful Friday night for football. It's the last Friday night at Royal Stadium for a month. The Royals go on the road for a 3-game road trip and a road swing that'll take them to Boardman High School and then out to Holy Name for the opener of the North Coast Conference play in week number 6. And then a big game at the Jerome T. Osborne JTO Stadium up in Mentor against Lake Catholic 3 weeks from now as they pooch it again near side. Whistle blows and a flag is down. And it's an illegal formation for CVCA, and they're going to move it back 5 yards. We'll call it an illegal shift since we don't have a legal formation. One of the Royals shifted early and got a good head start. So they'll move the ball back 5 yards to the 35-yard line where the Royals will kick off. Once again, back deep for the Golden Rams. Number 15 and number 12. That is Timothy Tate, 15, and Dominique Douglas, although they have not touched. The Royals pooched every one of their kickoffs tonight, the last 3 of which have been fair caught. That is a strategy for CVCA. They've given up too many kickoff returns for touchdowns and just know the defense can step up. And so the pooch kick allows the coverage to get down there a little easier, and they'll do it again to the near side, and this time they will return it. And a big hit out of bounds on the tackle for CVCA. Number 21 for the CVCA Royals, Kyron Fikes on the big hit. And he's excited. So the Rams come back out. They had an opportunity to move the chains their last drive, but a pair of drops turned it over to the Royals. And now they'll see if the second quarter can be a little bit better than the first one was here at Royal Stadium tonight for the Golden Rams of head coach Kemp Boyd. They'll start this drive in their own 30-yard line. First down and 10 for the Golden Rams. And the officiating crew tonight will move this football to the near side. Put it right down on the hash mark on the with the tip of the ball right on that 30-yard line. Sales out of the shotgun. He's got Saunders, number 7, or rather Spalding, number 7, to his left. And a whistle blows. Not sure what the call was. They do reset the play clock and actually sent one of the players off on the far sideline. It is number 12 who's been sent to the sideline, Dominique Douglas. So they'll get a sub in for him. And the Rams will reset first down and 10. Play clock under 10. Quick pass to the far side, and this is caught. Good blocking on that far side, and it's the first down of the night, a pickup of 15 yards. And finally, the chains move for the Golden Rams. Timothy Tate on the reception, and a good sealed block on the far side, a pair of good blocks, and Tate escorted out of bounds by Braden Harris. They'll actually mark him out of bounds shy of the first down. Looks like he stepped out of bounds at the 39-yard line, so a pickup of 9 yards instead of the 15. Second down and 1. So still looking for that first down. The Royals showing blitz. Pass to the near side, and it's again Tate. He's got the first down, and then he's deposited, and a flag is thrown, or is it a fumble on the ground? And Tate is going to get up slowly. That's a beanbag, a red beanbag instead of a yellow flag. You'll watch it again here. And yeah, you saw the ball fly straight out. And it was Johnny on the spot, number 1, Mohamed Kamara, who ensured that the first down stands and the drive continues after Tate coughed it up. But it is the first down of the night for the Golden Rams. And they'll start out here from the 41-yard line. They'll run it. And not much happening right there. No gain for number 7, Jordan Spalding. 2nd down and 10.
Jordan Spalding on the carry for Garfield. Brought down by number 26 of the Royals.
Reed Jones in there on the tackle for the Royals, who are on their way to a 3-0 start if this score holds, and we suspect that it will. Once again, the Royals have not started out 3-0 since 2007. It's been 18 years. Double pump once and twice, and now running for his life is the quarterback, Sales. Didn't like what he saw, and he's going to take a seat. No gain for Darius Sales. You watch it again here. Paul Tepley broke off his block and made the tackle and brought Sales to the ground. Tepley, a freshman a year ago, at the end, really opened some eyes in the first game against Streetsboro. And now playing in the interior of that defensive line, moving inside with a hand in the dirt, as they would say in the old days, hand in the rubber pebbles, or pellets, as it were. With that interior defensive line for CVCA making the tackle. 3rd down and 10 for the Royals. Sales throws. It's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver once again, and Sales is not being helped out by his receiving core. That ball was intended for number 16, Avante Caldwell. Once again, Braden Harris was in there on the breakup, the pass breakup, and the coverage. And the offense stays out of the field once again. You got to wonder, will they go for it here on 4th and 10, or is this going to be a pooch kick? Nobody back in return formation for the Royals. Sales looks like he's going to go, and the flag is down. Tate left early. It'll be a false start against Garfield. And so now it'll be 4th and 15, and what was 4th and 10 and a go for it situation becomes 4th and 15 and a punting situation for Garfield. So Brandon Williams is back to punt once again, and you've got Anderson and Schober back deep to receive their own 30-yard line. Low snap, no pressure, and a wobbly kick. And the Royals will just let that go out of bounds. And they'll get good field position once again on the change of possession here with 9:32 to go in the second quarter. So the Royals will get 1st down and 10, and they'll mark the ball on their own 45-yard line. CVCA has had great field position all season. They average, starting out, drives on their own their own 45-yard line. So this is right where the average has been through 3 games. Short fields make it easier to score, and we'll see what happens here out of the shotgun formation for the Royals. Levac will hand off to Tommy Kopech. And Garfield stacking the line of scrimmage there. Perhaps a gain of 1 yard. 2nd down, 9. Brandon Williams again on the tackle for Garfield. The leading tackler for this Garfield Golden Rams squad is number 3, Amari Bidding, another linebacker. We have not called his name tonight, though. Levac rolls to his right looking to throw. And now he's going to tuck it and run, and Levac into the open field. Across the 45, scrambling across the 40, and the scamper continues, still going, and he breaks it in the open. Charlie Levac is going to score. Touchdown, CVCA! Charlie Levac goes this way, he goes that way, he goes into the end zone way. A 54-yard touchdown pass, or touchdown run for Charlie Levac. He had every one of the Golden Rams flustered, and he had me flustered as well. 34-0 on a scintillating run by Charlie Levac, the CVCA senior quarterback. Flag is down in the extra point once again. Dead ball and a false start against CVCA. So once again, they'll move it back 5 yards. The only thing that has not gone well tonight is this point after touchdown play, which 4 out of the 5 times they've tried it, something has gone wrong. And that will be something for the coaches to look at after on film, as the team gets back together tomorrow morning and in the week to come. But for now, another 25-yard point after touchdown attempt for Luke McQuillan. The kick is up, and it splits the uprights. It's good. 8 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the second quarter, and the Royals are up 35-0. Officially 53 yards for Charlie Levac. And we'll see if we can show it to you once again here. And here Levac is looking to pass, breaks to his left, and scampers around the attempted tackle there. Not much of an attempted tackle. Stayed in bounds, cut back into the open, and then no one really wanting to engage on this Rams defense. And Levac is into the end zone for a touchdown. So 35-0 CVCA, and I believe the running clock rule is at 30 points, but I believe it's in the second half. We'll have to see if they accommodate the running clock here in the first half, with the Royals leading 35-0, 8:37 to go. Number 21 for the Rams, Brandon Williams, had a chance to bring Levac down. We saw him come up shy of not wanting to kind of initiate a tackle earlier. He did the same thing there, and it cost his team a touchdown. This time they're going to return it. Far side, running east and west and not getting very much, is the Rams return man, number 12, I believe. That was Dominique Douglas. We're going to squeeze in a message about Clutch Lanes and the Royals Power Meal program right here before the next possession for the Rams. The Royals Power Meal program continues with Team 30. Clutch Lanes and Sports Center offers bowling and arcade, an outdoor sand and volleyball pit, and a sports simulator, all sports. Locally owned, Clutch Lanes and Sports Center delivers a fun and unique experience. The food menu is loaded with great items. Live music both Friday and Saturday nights. You can host your next corporate event, holiday party, or office party, fundraiser, or birthday party at Clutch Lanes and Sports Center, 4190 State Road, Cuyahoga Falls. Thank you to Clutch Lanes for their support of Royals football and the Royals Power Meal program. First down play gets about a yard on the far side for Garfield. They'll give him 2 yards on that carry. Second down and 8 coming up. So second down and 8 for the Rams. Trips to the near side. They've got 1 first down. The Royals have 5 touchdowns. Long pass play is caught, and a quick tackle. Zach Anderson on the tackle. Avante Caldwell makes his second reception of the night for the Rams, and it is enough for a first down as they move the chains out to the 33-yard line. Sales dancing, and then just slides and gives himself up. Does pick up 2 yards, makes something out of nothing right there. Second down and 8. We said in the pregame show that Darius Sales has had a little bit of success this season, but a lot of running for his life as that line young. Just 5 returning starters out of the 22 that started for Garfield a year ago. So a lot of guys in new places just the third game of the season. And that ball's on the ground. Sales picks it back up, and he'll dive on it. He'll lose 5 yards. Make it 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. So we're seeing a lot of guys in new places for Garfield, a lot of young guys just getting their first taste of varsity football on a Friday night. Copley last week, CVCA this week. Next week, this team is at Carrollton before they start Akron City Series play in week 6. Pass play to the far side, and this had a chance at being a pick 6, but Braden Harris could not catch up to it. He had his eyes on that ball. It was intended for Timothy Tate. It fell to the turf, and it is 4th down. You see Harris breaking on that. So 4th down and another punt coming up for the Rams. Fourth down and 12, and Garfield running guys on late. Play clock rolls down to 0, and the referee finally sees it and throws the flag. It's going to be a delay of game against Garfield, and they'll move it back 5 yards. So now it's 4th and 17. Garfield will punt from their own 26-yard line. And the Royals return men move up to the 45-yard line on their own side of the field. The kick is away, and a good kick, wobbles, and it'll be received on the 44. And the first line is broken through by CVCA's return man. And it's Braden Harris out there on the punt return that time. Into Royals territory. The Royals will start 1st down and 10 once again. 6:14 to go. Second quarter, 35-0 CVCA. They'll spot the ball down on the Rams' 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Royals. So we mentioned during the pregame, during the segment right before the start of the game, about the injury report that Royals backup quarterback Alex Mamoni has been unavailable the last 2 weeks. We're looking on the sideline to see if he is in uniform tonight. We expect that while Charlie Levac is out there and probably will finish up this first half after that scintillating run he had on the last drive, the Royals reserves will certainly be getting some time. And if Mamoni can't go, it'll be Jackson Cruz once again, the backup, expected to see some time in the second half. Levac will look to throw. Tosses and complete to Harris. Harris avoids the first tackle down to the 25-yard line, and it's a pickup of 18 yards for CVCA on 1st down. The Royals moving the ball once again.
That's good for another Royals. 1st down.
They'll spot it back on the 26, so officially 17 yards for Levac to Harris. 1st down and 10. Harris split out to the near side. A pair of receivers top side. Levac out of the shotgun. Rolls to his left. Throws. And this one is caught near the 1st down on the far side. Dongino Bickley picks up the reception for the Royals. So you watch it again here. Bickley, the wideout, broke and stepped out of bounds just before the 1st down marker. Escorted there by number 15, Timothy Tate. They'll mark it back at the 17-yard line, so 8 yards on that pickup. Levac throws toward the end zone. Good coverage there. No flag on the play. It's looking for Braden, actually looking for Dongino Bickley. Actually, it was Harris 13, not 10. On the coverage, Zion Blair. He of the 10 Division I offers, most of them in the Mid-American Conference. First time we've called out his name tonight. So 3rd down now and 2 yards to go. Royals have been operating out of the shotgun exclusively on this drive, but now Levac back under center. Single back in the backfield formation, 3 receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 up top. They'll run it right up the middle, and they will have first down yardage. Wesley Keeler gets the carry. And they'll move the chains down to the 11-yard line. Make it the 12. Corey Williams, big Corey Williams, number 75, one of the 5 returners in there on the tackle on the interior of the defensive line for Garfield. First and 10 from the 12 for the Royals, already up 35-0. The Royals led 35-0 at halftime in week 1. Last week it was 42-0. Here Levac rolls to his right, looking for another score, throws toward the end zone, caught! Touchdown, CVCA. Braden Harris gets the touchdown reception for the Royals. The senior, 6'3", 185, and he used every bit of that tall frame to haul that touchdown in. The Royals go up 41-0. And the most difficult play all night has been this extra point. Getting it off cleanly. We'll see what happens right here as the Royals go for point number 42. It's a good snap. The kick is up, and for the first time tonight, it's good cleanly. A clean operation. 4 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Second quarter, and the Royals lead 42-0. Here's the replay. Charlie Levac. Harris with the hand up, looking and calling for the ball. He jumped high and got the foot down. A beautiful reception for Braden Harris. A 12-yard touchdown pass for Charlie Levac. 42-0, Royals on top. All Royals in this one so far. And at the next break, or next stoppage, we'll try and pull up the statistics. Another pooch kick for the Royals, and a fair catch on the 34-yard line, and that's where Garfield will start out once again. Let's take a look at the statistics to this point in the game, and it's been all CVCA, 42-0, 324 yards of offense for the Royals with 4 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the second quarter. 194-4 on the rushing yardage side, 130 yards passing for Levac, 32 for Sales. Royals 5 penalties, 40 yards. 4 for 20 for Garfield. All Royals so far tonight in this one. And the Rams will start out first down and 10 once again. They've got a couple of first downs, but a whistle blows, and we'll see what the stoppage is here. It's a dead ball, false start against the Rams, and they'll move it back 5 yards. So from the 30-yard line, the Rams start out. Sales looks to throw, and he throws, and it is appeared to be caught. Actually incomplete. Back judge has it, standing on the CVCA logo at midfield. Saw that one bounce off the turf, so second down and 15 yards to go for the Rams after the incomplete pass. Sales is 5 for 12, 32 yards tonight for the junior quarterback. Sweep to the near side with the receiver, and nobody on the Royals side was fooled. Paul Tepley got in there and made the tackle for loss. Timothy Tate brought down in the backfield. He'll lose 4 more yards. It's third down and 19. 3rd and 19, long pass, and this one is going to be picked off. Oh, no, it's dropped. Tongino Bickley right through the wickets. And he will want to have this one back as you take another look at it. Nobody out there for Garfield, and Bickley just took his eye off the ball, thinking about what he was going to do on the return before he gained possession of that one. So, it is 4th down, and the Royals will get the ball back. And Bickley's back there on the return coverage, along with number 21 for the Royals. That is Kyron Fikes. And so, see if Dongino gets another chance to handle the ball here. He's got his heels on the 39-yard line on the far side hash mark. Kyron Fikes on the near hash mark. And once again, it is the punter, Brandon Williams, who's been busy tonight. He gets it off, a high spiraling kick, and it's Fikes who's going to bobble it. He picks it up off the bounce, and he's lucky he was able to get that ball back and taken right down. Dangerous play right there by Kyron Fikes on the return. As you watch it right here. And a little alligator arms right there for Fikes. So we get a chance to another change of possession. We're going to talk about the Royals' upcoming athletics golf outing, the CVCA Booster Club golf outing, September 27th, 2025, starts at 8:30 a.m. at Foxden Golf Club. You want to golf a couple weeks from Saturday? Head on to the Royals Athletics website at athletics.cvcaroyals.com, or .org, I believe it is, but you can Google it, athletics.cvcaroyals. And you can find information there, more information about the golf club, or golf club outing, Booster Club golf outing. And I've just been corrected, athletics.cvcaroyals.org. So once again, athletics.cvcaroyals.org, and search golf outing there. And you can sign up if you want to sponsor that golf outing as well. I'm sure the folks in the athletic department office are more than happy to talk to you about your support for CVCA Royals Athletics. Here, the Royals football team all over Garfield, the Golden Rams, out of the Akron City Series, 42-0 here with just under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's an extended break. We do not have TV timeouts here on CVCA live stream, but it seems like the referees are giving everyone a little bit of a break. And we've just been informed that it was a CVCA timeout. That is why we have an extended break. And so we will talk about our good friends at MediaNet during this timeout. Bring that up. MediaNet AV, empowering your vision, advanced technology, exceptional service. Unleash the power of your ideas with MediaNet AV. We blend cutting-edge technology and superior service to create custom audiovisual solutions tailored for you. For more information, contact Zach and the team, 330-656-5205, or visit them online at MediaNetAV.com. Back here, ready to go, 42-0 Royals, and they will run the ball up the middle, and looks like Charlie Levak's night is done. And it is good to see Alex Mamoni back out there on the field after nursing that lower body injury, and Mason Fry gets the carry for the Royals, number 4. And so the Royals backups are into the game with just under 4 minutes to go, and they will likely play the rest of this contest. So a quick night, a productive night for the varsity here on homecoming night. Their next play will be next week in Youngstown, or near Youngstown, at Boardman. Another first-time opponent for the Royals next week on the road. Mason Fry left side. Mason Fry runs angry. We say it every week, and that's a good thing. He's across midfield, a pickup of 9 yards, actually 13 yards. First down and 10 for Fry. Mason Fry got in the game last week against Woodbridge in the fourth quarter. All he did in one quarter of play was run for 100 yards. Highlighted by a 60-yard touchdown run on the far sideline. We said it last week, we'll say it again. He is 7th on the CVCA offensive depth chart at running back. And no doubt he'd probably be in the top 2 on the 2 deep almost anywhere else. Cruz hands off once again, and this one's up the middle for a big run for the Royals. And taken down on the far sideline inside the 25-yard line. Another big game for Mason Fry. 24 more yards for Fry down to the 25-yard line. The bad news, if you are a fan of the Golden Rams, is that there's not much beyond this on the depth chart. But we'll see. The Royals did have run 11 players with the ball this year. And there's another one right there, a short gain up the middle. I think that was Will Perot on the carry. Got the binoculars out, and number 21. It was Kyron Fikes at running back. So a pickup of 1 for Kyron Fikes. 2nd down and 9. Once again, it's Alex Mamoni getting his first snaps of the season in. He was unavailable in weeks 2 and 3. And there's Fry once again off the right side, following that slot next to the right guard, and cut back to the left side. Short gain. He picked up 2. It's 3rd down and 7. Final 90 seconds here. Coming up on halftime, where they will crown the homecoming king and queen here at CVCA for homecoming 2025. Stick around for our halftime show. We've got 2 marching bands to show you tonight. And then we've got our typical routines segments. Royals at the next day level, this day in Royals history, and what's happening with the Royals athletics over the course of the week. Pitch play, Fry, across the 15, still going, down to about the 11-yard line. That actually wasn't Fry. So maybe number 55. It was Fry, number 4. So first down yardage for CVCA as we're under a minute to go here in the first half, a half dominated by the Royals. It's 42-0. The reserves in for the Royals right now, and they're looking to get their first touchdown of the night. They've got a running clock, 40 seconds left, first down and 10. The down marker says 4th down, but it is first down from the 12-yard line. Again, Fry, right side, following some blocks, gets to the 10-yard line, and he's stacked up there, and the Royals may not run another play. So that may do it on the first half. Neither team seems to want to stop the clock. And that's going to do it on a dominating first half of play for CVCA. We've gone to halftime here at Royals Stadium, and the Royals lead this one on homecoming by a score of 42-0 against the Garfield Golden Rams. Stick around here at halftime. We are moments away from crowning the king and queen for homecoming 2025 here at Royals Stadium. Once again, we've got both bands in the house, so we'll feature both marching bands from Garfield and CVCA. But first, let's pick up the public address announcer for the halftime celebrations, as LT Newland announces the 50th year reunion class of CVCA in the first
Class
in
of
the
1975.
West Zone.
Thank you for being here tonight. What a special evening.
And as LT makes that announcement, 50th year reunion class here from the class of 1975. We mentioned before there are over 800 alumni, spouses of alumni, and children of alumni here. You see that tent in the end zone where they have been entertained all evening. A great festivity over there. There's alumni reunion from the class of 75, 45-year alumni, 30, 25, and a host of others
here in just a few
that
moments.
are celebrating their reunions this weekend here at Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. The Golden Rams making their way slowly off the field, and their marching band ready to go. So we'll see if the marching band takes the field first or if the homecoming court takes the field. And the referee says wind that clock. Let's get this halftime show on the road. Once again, we are delaying. Normally we go right into our halftime routine, but we're going to see what happens first. We do know we've got a lot of highlights ready to go for you at the tail end of this halftime show tonight. We'll get some out-of-town scores ready for you as well. Once again, CVCA leading 42-0 here at the half from Royal Stadium. Once again, we are waiting on the start of the halftime festivities, and as we are looking to the left-hand side, it's really for some of the football players to get out here. There were a lot of football players in the homecoming court this evening, and so a couple of them made their way back. We see Tommy Kopech and Ben Truax and Joey Kopech leaving their helmets here, and they're getting set to head to the staging area in the west end zone. As we wait, we're going to work in the background here, get some out-of-town scores ready for you, and you can see the group of homecoming court members getting ready. And here we go. We'll turn it over to LT Newland.
We have the announcement of the homecoming court for your CVCA Royals. Please help me welcome senior Ava Morales, escorted by senior Nathan Cook. Senior Bailey Carroll, escorted by senior Joey Kopech. Senior Joy Saffles, escorted by senior Brady Martin. Senior Cadence Novak, escorted by senior Ben Truax. Sophomore Claire Henko, escorted by sophomore Tommy Kopech. Junior Sophia Raymond, escorted by junior Will Perot. Senior Haley Ertel, escorted by senior Emerson Hutt. And senior Ella Tate, escorted by senior Robert Akins. Also, fans, if you would please help me welcome our 2024 homecoming queen, Bella Gomez. Bella is escorted tonight by the 2024 homecoming king, Dylan Scott. Bella attends Tribeca University in Nashville, studying business and dramatic arts. And Dylan Scott is studying biomedical sciences at the University of Akron. They're joined by our president, Mr. Jason Spodnik, to award this year's homecoming king and queen. This year's CVCA homecoming king is Joey Kopech. And your 2025 CVCA homecoming queen is Ava Morales. Fans, give it up one more time for your CVCA homecoming court, your homecoming king and queen. Congratulations to all the members of this year's court.
Popular picks, Joey Kopech and Ava Morales, the homecoming king and queen for 2025. Congratulations to them and to all the members of the 2025 homecoming court here at CVCA. It is halftime at Royal Stadium. Tim Nichols with you, and we are soon to be entertained by both marching bands and first the CVCA cheerleaders. But right now we're going to take a look at some out-of-town scores from around Northeast Ohio and mostly from around the Royals' opponents. And there they are. Manchester and Canton South getting together as the Principals Athletic Conference season opens up. The Royals played Canton South in week 2, and Manchester, the heavy favorites in the pack this season. The conference the Royals left a year ago. Manchester up 21-0 against Canton South at halftime. And we've got a score from Woodridge and Field. And we'll see if that is correct. I believe that is 21-7 is the correct score for Woodridge and Field. We'll get that updated. And that game was listed in the first quarter. So Woodridge is leading 21-7. The Royals defeating Woodridge a week ago. It is not 21-21. We can tell you where it is also 21-7. That is Lake Catholic leading Gilmore 21-7 at halftime. So a future opponent for CVCA, Lake Catholic leading. Benedictine and NDCL, both teams 3-0 coming into that contest tonight. Benedictine, a future North Coast Conference member. NDCL off to a great start this season, but at halftime, it's the Bengals from Benedictine leading NDCL 21-7. A lot of 21-7s up there on the scoreboard. Padua up over Sandusky at home tonight, 13-6. No score early, Boardman and Maple Heights. Elyria Catholic leading Vermilion 3-0 at the half tonight. Elyria Catholic looking to get on the win column this season. And Holy Name and Madison will play tomorrow in a non-conference game. The Royals in the North Coast Conference. So those opponents for CVCA this year, Canton South, Woodridge, Lake Catholic, NDCL, Padua, Boardman, Elyria Catholic, and Holy Name. We'll see if we get some updated scores toward the end of tonight's game, but that's it. The out-of-town scoreboard at halftime. And as we continue here at halftime, we're going to pause now for a moment and a message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. It is halftime here at Royal Stadium. The Royals leading leading Garfield 42-0 here at halftime on homecoming at Royal Stadium. And we'd love to meet you at CVCA. Visiting our campus will give you a closer look at what CVCA is all about. Get a closer look at CVCA at one of our fall admissions events. Registration information is coming soon, but we can tell you that the open house for the fall will take place on October the 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. Family preview nights will take place on November 4th and November 13th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Applications for your son or your daughter, your grandson, your granddaughter will open up for the 26-27 school year on October 1st, 2025. Right now it is the Garfield Marching Band that's entertaining the crowd, and we're going to let you enjoy some of their performance here. The Garfield Marching Band. It is the Garfield Marching Band here at halftime at Royal Stadium with CVCA leading Garfield by a score of 42-0. The Royals are competing this season in Division III, Region 9, and it's still early in the season, but we'll take a look at the standings in Region 9 as we kind of are always looking ahead at what the playoffs might look like later on this fall for CVCA. After week 3 of the season, the Hawks have moved to first place in the overall standings in Region 9. The top 4 teams will get a bye in the first week of the playoffs, and only 12 teams will qualify for the playoffs this year. It had been 16 since COVID, but this year only 12. So teams 5 through 12 will match up in the first week of the playoffs with 5, 6, 7, and 8 hosting home games, and 9, 10, 11, and 12 on the road. And then in the second week of the playoffs, after the bye week, the winners of those first round games will go on the road and play the top 4 seeds who will play at home. Got that? Well, we'll be telling you about it all season. But after week 3, it's Hawken at the top of the list, Canfield 2nd, Maple Heights 3rd, and Geneva 4th. The season ended today. Those 4 teams would get the bye. Youngstown Ursuline is currently 5th, but we won't talk much about it. But if you've been watching the news or paying any attention, their season is likely to end at 2-0. They've had 3 games canceled and only 3 left on the schedule. It's a mess down at Youngstown Ursuline with a situation that is unfortunate for all, and that's, again, about all we'll say on that. But the Youngstown Ursuline season will likely end, and they will not qualify for the playoffs. So CVCA right now 6th on the outside looking in for that bye, but still aiming to try and move up the standings. Benedictine 7. Those are the undefeated teams in Region 9. Number 8, Madison. Number 9, Brush. Number 10, Alliance. Number 11, Akron East, out of the Akron City Series, the same conference that Garfield plays in. And Kent Roosevelt at number 12. Interesting, 13, 14, and 15, Chardon, VASJ, and Youngstown East, all looking to climb into the top 12 to qualify for the playoffs. As you look further outside looking in, some big teams and big names with some work to do. Kenston at number 17. Aurora all the way down at 21. Youngstown Cheney tied for 23rd. And you see the rest of the teams in Region 9. Once again, the top 12 will qualify. Top 4 will get an opening week bye in week 11. The Royals marching band heading out of the field, and so we'll try and be quick with the weekly wrap-up. Boys cross country and girls cross country last weekend attended the Pat Ritchie Invitational at Walsh, and the boys finished first. The girls finished second. Zach Adamasaris for CVCA broke the boys' sophomore record and was the individual runner-up in the event. Logan Romanini broke her own one-week-old sophomore record at CVCA, and she was the individual girls champion at the Pat Ritchie Invitational. Girls soccer split a pair of matches this week, losing last Saturday at Streetsboro, winning at Padua. Boys golf edged St. Vincent St. Mary on Monday. Girls golf came up short against NDCL also on Monday. Boys soccer played 3 games this week. They defeated Orville last Saturday here, tied Padua, and last night won big against Woodridge 8-0. Too late to make it on the graphic. Girls volleyball split a pair of matches this week. They lost to Elyria Catholic 3-0 and defeated Beaumont last night 3 sets to none. It was the 150th win all time for head coach McKnight for the girls volleyball program. And the girls tennis team split a pair of matches 5-0 in the sets or the matches against Elyria Catholic, and they dropped a close one yesterday at Solon. That's the week in review for the CVCA athletics teams. Right now, you get a chance to be entertained by the CVCA marching band.
I'd like to invite the students to join me.
That's the CVCA marching band. We'll keep them on the screen, but we'll continue on with our halftime coverage. We'll talk about Royals at the next level. Last week, there was a big game for CVCA's NFL alumni Trey Tucker, who opened the season with a bang, scoring the first touchdown of the year for the Las Vegas Raiders against the New England Patriots and helping the Raiders defeat New England on the road. This week, the Raiders host the Chargers in the second half of Monday Night Football. Doubleheader, kickoff at 10 o'clock Eastern on ESPN Monday night. You get to watch Trey Tucker from CVCA. There was a big battle of CVCA graduates in Division III when Ricky Levac and number 2 Mount Union hosted JT Nichols and number 17 Wheaton. In NCAA Division III action, the Purple Raiders built a big lead and withstood a furious Wheaton comeback in the fourth quarter to defeat the Thunder 37-29. This week it's another big test for Mount Union as the Purple Raiders travel east to visit number 15 Grove City. Wheaton is off this week and returns to action 1 week from Saturday at Augustana. Last week, Thursday, 2022 CVCA graduate Brandon Riley's Marietta Pioneers got a 12-8 win over Westminster College of Pennsylvania. Tomorrow night, the Pios open up OAC play at home against Otterbein at 7 p.m. Checking in on the Worcester Scots, it was a great day last Saturday for 2022 graduate Jordan Lewis. He caught 7 balls for 94 yards, had 1 touchdown catch. Unfortunately, the Worcester defense had a day they'd like to forget. Worcester lost to Wilmington College 59-35 in the season opener for both teams. Lewis and fellow teammate 2023 graduate Dylan Byers return to action tomorrow at home when Worcester hosts St. Vincent at 1 o'clock. 2025 alum David Grimes got his first taste of college ball last week as in the rivalry game that pitted WPI against RPI. Unfortunately, Worcester Polytech lost to RPI 26-9. Tomorrow, WPI treks north to Biddeford, Maine, to visit the University of New England. And finally, after a year at Mount Union, 2024 graduate Logan Scranton is now a member of the NAIA's Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats, and IWU rebounded from a season-opening loss with a 31-3 victory last week against St. Xavier of Illinois. Next up for the Wildcats, a road trip tomorrow to Judson University in the Chicago suburbs. And now on to this day in Royals history. Tonight is September 12th, and it's the 6th time that CVCA has played a game on this date, all the way back in 1997. Just the third game ever for the Royals in the first year of a varsity sport. The Royals lost to Dalton's 55-7 in 2008. CVCA pounded Tuskegee Valley 42-7, and the Royals lost a pair of one-score games back in back-to-back years against Orange on this date, losing 35-34 at home and falling a year later 49-42 on the road. But tonight, we're going to turn back the clock 22 years to the most prolific scoring night in Royals football history when CVCA hosted Coventry at Royal Stadium on this day in Royals history, September 12th, 2003. It was week 4 of the high school football season, and CVCA had started out the 2003 season with 3 straight wins against Norwayne, Woodridge, and Sandy Valley. It's a stark contrast to the 2002 campaign, which saw the Royals finish 4-6. And to that point in the 2003 season, it had been the defense that shined through the spotlight. The Royals had yielded only 9 points to the opposition in 3 games, but nothing could have prepared the masses assembled for the offensive outburst that was displayed on this night 22 years ago. A year earlier, CVCA and Coventry met, and it was the Royals claiming a 13-6 win in a fairly typical high school football game. But on that September Friday night, Dave Duma got the Royals offense started early when he hauled in a 33-yard touchdown pass from Ted Lawver. It was 7-0 Royals. Later in the first quarter, the 2 authors of the first score reprised their effort, and they scored again, this time from 15 yards out. It was 14-0 at the end of the first 12 minutes. The Royals completed only 3 passes all night, but 2 of them were for 6 points in that first stanza. CVCA kept its foot on the gas in the next frame. Junior Fonzie Culver finished off another Royals drive with a 3-yard rushing score to make it 21-0. And the Royals added to their first half total when Evan Walker ripped off a 15-yard score. CVCA went into the locker room with a 28-point cushion. There was no running clock rule in Ohio back in 2003, so after halftime, the offensive onslaught continued, but it was complimentary football at its best. The CVCA defense nabbed 4 interceptions in Coventry's quarterback, and they also forced a fumble. Backed by those 5 takeaways, CVCA added 3 more scores in the quarter, and Coventry finally broke through in the final quarter against the Royals reserves for a pair of scores. But the Royals weren't done. Adolph Walker had an 18-yard scoop and score, and Mackenzie Moncrief finished off the Comets with a 53-yard blast. The Royals put up 63 points, a total that still has not been matched to this day, in a 63-14 win against Coventry on this day in Royals history, September 12th, 2003. And now we're going to run some first half highlights. And we'll run the first half highlights coming up right now. And we'll still work on those first half highlights, and I think here they go. And here they are. First touchdown of the night for CVCA. Joey Kopech running into the end zone for his first score just 58 seconds into the contest, 7-0 CVCA. And just after that, next possession, it was Wesley Keeler from 35 yards out. 14-0 Royals just 5 minutes into the contest. A passing touchdown, this one to CVCA's Braden Harris, made it 21-0, and the Royals punched in another one from the 1-yard line when Tommy Kopech got into the end zone, 28-0. Second quarter action. Charlie Levac with a scintillating run right here. Left, right, and up the middle. He ran probably about 85 yards on this play. Officially, a 53-yard touchdown run for the Royals senior quarterback, 35-0 Royals. And then one more before the half ended. Levac from the 12-yard line saw Braden Harris flash open in the end zone, and Harris jumped, got a foot down, and scored once again. CVCA 42-0, and that's where we stand right now as we are ready for second half football. We are underway in the second half. Another pooch kick. This one's going to be returned, and we are underway in quarter number 3, and it will be a running clock as Garfield will take over first down and 10 here in the third quarter. It was Jordan Spalding on that kickoff return, and once again, congratulations tonight to Joey Kopech and Ava Morales, the homecoming king and queen from CVCA. Here comes the first down play. We get a chance to talk with Zach Novak here. Fumbled on the play, and Sales jumps on it. get a chance to talk with Zach Novak here at halftime. We talk to you every week about MediaNet AV, and we'll talk about them again here during the third quarter to break. But Zach Novak, a big reason that we are on the air, and his team at MediaNet AV, who got us on the air during COVID 5 years ago, and CVCA Livestream has grown from there. So after that first down fumble, as we start the second half, the Garfield Golden Rams go backwards. It's second down and 18 yards to go here as the second half is underway. Sales drops back to throw. He's going to throw over the middle, and it is caught. A nice play, a pitch and catch for the Rams right there. It was second and 18. It's going to be about third down and 5. The catch made by number 12, Dominic Douglas. Officially give him 13 yards on the pitch and catch. Third down and 5. Sales with trips to his near side, a single receiver up top. Offset back to the right of him in the backfield. He's going to drop back and look to throw. Goes deep, looking for a man long, and just too far on the third down play. Was looking for Douglas once again on the fly pattern. So fourth down, and now it's an opportunity to keep the drive alive. We'll get first half stats for you here in just a moment. Perhaps if there is a change of possession, we'll get them ready. But first, the fourth down play. Sales looks to his left, fires, and it is caught. No, it is not, dropped. And so it'll be a turnover on downs. The intended receiver was number 15, Timothy Tate. Check that 16, Avanti Caldwell. He could not haul it in, and so CVCA takes over. And that does give us a chance to look at the first half stats, plus 3 plays of the second half. We'll bring them up here for you in just a moment. And there they are, 42-0 Royals. Clock is stopped and now restarts here as it's a running clock in the second half. 377 yards rushing for the Royals in that first half, 37 for the Rams. That's total yards, 247 to -8 on the rushing side, 130 to 45 on the passing side. All Royals on the scoreboard and all Royals on the stat sheet as well here. Once again with a 42-0 score. It's a running clock in the second half, and Jackson Cruz is back out there to man the offense under center. Check that, it is not Jackson Cruz, it's Alex Mamoni. And the first play is a run, and it's a tackle for loss. As Kyron Fikes gets the carry for CVCA.
On the carry for the Royals, number 21, senior Kyron Fikes. Brought down by number 55, Santura Foreman.
It's a loss of 1.5 yards. Call it 2, second down and 11 on the scoreboard, so we'll go with that. Looks more like second and 12 to the naked eye. Hey, thank you for tuning in to CVCA Livestream tonight. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. The Royals up big here on their first possession of the second half with the reserves in the game. Mamoni rolls out. He's going to keep Mamoni across the 40, across the 35, and a nice rush for this CVCA junior quarterback. They'll move the chains. He needed 12 and he got 13. He was keeping all the way on that one. Mamoni across the 40. First contact at the 35 and hauled down to the 33-yard line. First and 10.
That's good for another Royals first down.
The first down play, Mason Fry. And Fry picks up 6.
Number 4, junior Mason Fry on the carry for CVCA. Brought down by number 22, Garfield, OHSAA.
Once again, the Royals on the road the next 3 weeks. Next week, CVCA heads down to Boardman. And in 3 weeks, we'll be back here against NDCL. Fry keeps once again.
Mason Fry on the carry for CVCA. brought down by number 22, the Rams.
Fry has enough for the first down. And so they'll move the chains. Once again, the Royals at Boardman next week. 2 weeks from tonight, they're up at the JTO in Mentor against Lake Catholic. The first time playing Lake Catholic since the playoff game in 2020. The 2020 playoff that knocked the Royals out of the state tournament. Royals led that game 21-14 at halftime, did not score again, and lost 35-21. Lake Catholic went on to go to the Final Horn and lost the state championship on a field goal as time expired. Those of us that were around at that time felt that that was the Royals' spot. As the bracket opened up for Lake Catholic, it most certainly would have opened up for the Royals, but hey, it gave us the West Branch game, so we've got that. The 58-55 epic comeback for CVCA and victory that closed out the 2020 season. So Lake Catholic in 2 weeks, the first time back at the JTO since 2020. And then 3 weeks from now, a Saturday night game at Holy Name. Holy Name, without a home field, they play their home games, or they've historically played their home games at Byers Field. But this year, they've moved those games to Brooklyn High School, and that game will be played at Brooklyn High School on a Saturday night. And the clock winding down, and the Royals are going to have to take a timeout, or they're going to take a penalty. And the whistle blows, and it is a penalty. Dead ball against CVCA, delay of game. So they'll march the ball back 5 yards against the Royals offense. So instead of 2nd and 9, it'll be 2nd down and 14 in this quick-moving third quarter with a running clock here at Royal Stadium. So we're saying the 3 weeks from now, or I guess it's October the 4th. It is 3 weeks. On a Saturday night, that game against Holy Name. Lake Catholic and Holy Name are the two, at least in the preseason prognostications, the two toughest teams in the North Coast Conference expected this year, and the Royals get them in back-to-back weeks on the road. Broken play right here. Mamoni hauled down and a flag down. It's likely to be holding, and although it might be a face mask, we'll take a look at it here before we get the call. And there's penalties on both teams. Actually, the referee may have signaled the wrong way. It is a face mask, and it looks like it's going to go against the Golden Rams. And so CVCA well, they signaled face mask, but there is no first down. I think there was penalties on both teams. 15 yards against Garfield and 10 yards against the Royals for holding. And here we go, 2nd and long. And now another flag. Play getting sloppy as the clock continues to run. Dead ball, and this is encroachment against Garfield. And so the Royals will get 5 yards back. So after all of that has been adjudicated, it is 2nd down and 15. Pitch play and not much there. Mason Fry's legs keep moving though, and he moves the pile forward. He's going to pick up 4 yards. 3rd down coming up for CVCA at 11. A long 11, almost 12. Jameer Jenkins in there on the tackle for the Golden Rams. He is one of those 5 returning players that started a year ago for head coach Kemp Boyd. Third and long for CVCA. Mamoni on the keeper, far side. Can he get the corner? He will get the 30 down to the 25-yard line or close to it, but not quite first down yardage. But it will be 4th and makeable for the Royals as you watch it here once again. Mamoni put his head down, got the 30-yard line, took on the tackler. And 4th and short. Picked up 9, 4th down and 3 here for the Royals as we wind down to 2 minutes to go. Mamoni will run the play back in. Clock winding down, 3 seconds left. Will the Royals get the playoff? They will, and they'll pitch it to Fry. Fry gets the corner, and he's going to get the first down. Down inside the 10-yard line, still powering forward, and finally a throng of Golden Rams takes him down. And that's a Google assignment for my good friend Chad Dar. What do you call a group of Rams? It's a flock, a mob, a herd, whichever you want. We're going to call it a mob of Rams that took down Mason Fry right there. That is Google. Certainly they weren't hurting. They were hurting Fry, but not before he got first down and goal. Maloney to the 5, tucks it down and is hauled out of bounds as we're under a minute to go, third quarter.
Alex Maloney on the keeper for CVCA. Forced out of bounds by number 15, Timothy Tate.
Timothy Tate on the tackle. Second down and goal. Time for one more play here in the third quarter for CVCA. Alex Mamoni under center. He's got Fikes and Fry in the backfield. He's going to roll to his left to keep himself. Turns up field. He won't get the end zone in that play. He's going to gain a couple yards. It's third down and goal, but not before we hit the end of the third quarter. 3 in the books here from Royal Stadium, and the score remains CVCA 42 and Garfield nothing. Third quarter break, and once again, that gives us an opportunity to talk about CVCA live stream and how you can support what we're doing here. CVCA live stream in its 6 seasons now. It began in COVID. It's become a tradition, but it does take some funds to make the work and make the streams happen. Budget's about $5,000 each year during football season. What does that pay for? It pays for equipment. It pays for streaming costs. It pays for basically all the audio expenses, etc., that it takes to pull this together on CVCA live stream. For the first time a year ago, we partnered with CVCA to allow you to give directly to help offset these expenses. The staff here does not take a dime. Just want to make sure you still know that. We have never taken a dime. It's completely 100% volunteer, but you can support the cost to do this by giving directly to CVCA with a tax-deductible donation. Simply scan the QR code or visit the link on your screen and note CVCA Livestream in the comments when you make your donation. We thank you for watching, and we thank you for supporting CVCA Livestream. And we begin the fourth quarter now. The Royals will have third down and goal to go from the 4-yard line. And it's a pitch play near side. Kyron Fikes is at the pylon, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Royals. It's Kyron Fikes into the end zone for CVCA, and the Royals get their first score of the second half, 48-0 CVCA. Luke McQuillan back out there to attempt the extra point. Evan Wenzel is the holder. And the kick is up, and it's good. And so with 10 minutes and 55 seconds to go in quarter number 4, the Royals lead expands to 49-0. Here's Fikes on the pitch play. Got to the corner and just inside the pylon for the 7th touchdown of the night for the Royals here at Royal Stadium. So a tough night for the Golden Rams and head coach Kemp Boyd, who next week will have another road trip. They'll be on the road at Carrollton. But we mentioned during the pregame that Kemp Boyd, the head coach at Garfield in his 12th season, getting a chance to play CVCA where his son Asa attends. Asa Boyd, a junior, number 50 for the Royals. And we'll see if he gets in the game here in the fourth quarter. But this is a game that, from the standpoint of the two head coaches, Nick Cook for CVCA and Kemp Boyd for Garfield, they are aligned in a lot of things. And Kemp Boyd, if you don't know him, he's much more than just the head coach at Garfield. He knew from an early age what he wanted to do, and his adult life embodies those childhood dreams, which were for him to lead, to coach, and to speak publicly. He's known as the pastor coach, as he leads with a pastor's heart, with a spirit of authenticity. And we'll get more on Kemp Boyd in just a moment as the kickoff to his team is pooched once again. It's a return on the far side, and the Rams are ushered out of bounds. So Boyd has got some southern roots. He grew up in Tennessee and Georgia, moved to Ohio during high school, graduated from the University of Akron and Ashford University with a master's degree. He's also the executive director of Love Akron and the head coach of the Garfield Rams, as you know. And he and his wife help shepherd a church in the Akron area. They've not looked back. Asa is one of their 6 children: Virginia, Asa, Ashlyn, Meyer, Umari, and Matthias. Kemp Boyd on the short end of the score tonight, but not on the short end of life. And the Garfield Rams players are better off for having him on their sideline and in their corner. Saw an interview with Coach Boyd at the Akron City Series preseason press day, and he talked about how his coaching styles had to change a little bit, less transactional in his 12th year and more shepherding, as it were, a father figure to many of these players from the Golden Rams. And again, they're not going to win tonight, but many of these boys will win in life because they had Kemp Boyd as a head coach at Garfield. Flag is down in this play. And it's a dead ball encroachment on CVCA, so they'll march 5 yards off against the Royals.
Correction on the play. Offside against the Royals. Second and 5.
So second down at 5 for Garfield. Pass play in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was a Vontae Caldwell again on the intended pass. Will Perot out there in coverage for CVCA. It hit Caldwell right in the hands, but he could not haul it in. So it's third down now for the Rams. Sales steps up in the pocket, lost one. He's got a man open and just too far out of bounds. It was number 12, Dominic Douglas. Tried to catch up with that one, so fourth down again. And we'll take a look at the statistics one more time. We can bring those and get those ready. Perhaps after this fourth down play. And it's been all passes tonight. Not much of a running game whatsoever. The Royals held Woodridge to -7 yards on the ground last week. And I believe, we'll see in just a moment, that the Rams are likely in negative yards again. Sales throws and just shy. The intended receiver this time looking for Jordan Spalding out of the backfield. And so the Royals will take over first and 10 once again. Then a change of possessions with 7:09 to go. Let's bring up those stats. And that is at -8. Just no rushing yards whatsoever. No rushing game at all for the Golden Rams. Not much of a passing game either. The Royals now up to 426 yards and nearly 300 yards on the ground tonight in this 49-0 score. First and 10 CVCA as they wind the clock once again. The running clock here in the second half. So we wind down to 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter of this one. Reserves in across the board for CVCA now. Play clock running down, and looks like it's going to run out on CVCA, and it will. Delay of game with the clock running. A little difficult to get the play in, and the Royals will march back 5 yards. And another quarterback change. Jackson Cruz now into the game. He is the third quarterback off the bench for the Royals. It was the second quarterback the last 2 weeks, and he's seen action in all 3 games now, has Jackson Cruz. But now with Mamoni back, Cruz takes his spot as QB3. From the 49-yard line, the Royals start out. Pitch play, left side. And a big run for the Royals to the near side. That's number 11 for CVCA, Will Perot.
On the carry for the Royals, number 11, junior Will Perot.
And a big gain for Perot right here.
Royals, first down.
Out of bounds at the 29 and make it the 28-yard line. A pickup of 21 yards for Perot. First and 10 from the 28-yard line for the Royals, right up the middle. And left side to the goal line, and touchdown, Kyron Fikes. 28 yards, and Fikes is back in the end zone. His second of the night for Kyron Fikes. 55-0. All Royals tonight. And we will see if Boardman offers any additional resistance next week. The Royals with 3 big victories to start the season. McQuillan puts a boot into it, and it is through the uprights and good. So 56-0 with 4:15 to go.
On the 28-yard touchdown run.
Here's the 28-yard touchdown run for Kyron Fikes. You see him into the end zone. Touchdown Royals. Second of the night for Fikes. And the 8th, or make it, yes, the 8th touchdown of the night for CVCA. We're going to be back on the air in 3 weeks. It's going to be a while. October the 10th, I guess that's 4 weeks. 3 weeks on the road. CVCA's next home game is not until week 8 when the Royals host NDCL on October the 10th. This Friday night on the air at 6:30. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Make sure you're following us on social media at CVCA Livestream on X, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And you'll have information always knowing when CVCA Livestream is back on the air again. October 10th, the next broadcast for CVCA Livestream of CVCA football. We get ready to have another kickoff and complete this one here. Another pooch kick for the Royals. And that's fumbled, and the Royals are going to come up with it, I believe. There's a scrum for it. Sideline is jumping up and down, and CVCA has it again. A turnover on the kickoff. It is the first turnover of the night. Number 12 for the Rams. Dominique Douglas could not field that one, and so CVCA will go right back out on offense. So 3:47 to go. And CVCA back out on offense. Jackson Cruz heads back out on the field for the Royals. Kyron Fikes back out there again, and actually the Royals, I'll see what they run here. Hand off to Perot. He's dragged down from behind.
Hands off to number 14, David Woodruff. Brought down by number 52, Randy Somerville.
So second down now and 10. No gain on that first play as we wind down final 2.5 minutes. Ball's on the ground, picked right back up. And the Royals running back gets the corner. Got to dig deep. That's number 14, David Woodruff, getting his varsity carry.
14, junior David Woodruff.
A junior for CVCA.
Number 23, Monty Harrison.
Final 2 minutes of this one coming up. We'll have a quick and informational post-game for you of all the highlights of the Royals touchdown tonight. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scores one final time and remind you one more time about our next broadcast. Right here, third down for the Royals. They'll run it up the middle and close to a first down. Looks like maybe not quite.
Carry for CVCA, number 15, William Woodruff.
That's William Woodruff getting a carry for the Royals, number 15 for CVCA. So fourth down for CVCA, and they will not have a punt again tonight. So we will go into week 5, game number 4, and if Boardman is going to try and scout the CVCA punt game, they're going to have a hard time because they have not punted this season. 4th and 1 for the Royals. Final minute as we count down, minute and 5. Up the middle it goes, and it's a first down for CVCA, and they'll have to run one more play as they move the chains. We'll take a look at those out-of-town scores before we end this contest one more time and bring them up on the screen. There they are. Second quarter, Manchester up 21-10 on Canton South. Woodridge 28-14 as we corrected that score against Field in the third quarter. Lake Catholic, fourth quarter score 24-7 over Gilmore. Benedictine over NDCL 28-14. Gables come out of this. We'll bring it back up after the final play here. CVCA in victory formation. And they kneel down, and that's going to do it on tonight's game. We'll bring those out-of-town scores up one more time. Padua leading Sandusky 27-13 in non-conference action. Royals' next opponent, Boardman, leading Maple Heights 21-12. Elyria Catholic 10, Vermilion nothing, and Madison Holy Name tomorrow on Saturday. Here tonight, the Royals win big against Garfield, 56-0 here at Royal Stadium. 56-0 CVCA victorious. The record goes to 3-0 for the first time since 2017. And the new Royals tradition, after the teams shake hands here, they will join together in the eastern end zone and sing the brand new Royals alma mater. But before we get to that, we want to remind you one final time about our next broadcast. And we told you just a few moments ago, but we'll tell you again. That's going to be in 4 weeks with a 3-week road trip coming up. CVCA versus NDCL. Royals on the road. Royals return home on October the 10th. We'll have it for you here on CVCA live stream on the air at 6:30. Kickoff at 7 o'clock against NDCL. Once again, make sure you're following us on social media at CVCA live stream on X, on Instagram, and on Facebook, and on YouTube. If you've joined us tonight, make sure before you go you hit that subscribe button. We want to get up to 1,000 subscribers. We're at about 840 coming into this week. So we want to top 1,000 hopefully in the next month. Make sure you're subscribing and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We've got highlights of tonight's game, and we're going to roll them right now. There are a lot of CVCA offensive highlights. And we'll see if we're ready to go. We are. So the game started early, just 58 seconds into the contest. Joey Kopech was into the end zone for a touchdown for CVCA, right into those reunion banners, and it wasn't long after that that Wesley Keeler went 35 yards for a score, his third touchdown of the season. The Royals air attack got into the action as well. Charlie Levac hit Braden Harris on a touchdown score here. And then the Royals punched it in from the 1-yard line in the second quarter. Tommy Kopech on the score. Here's Charlie Levac with the highlight of the night. Levac rolled to his right, then cut back to his left and juked around a couple of tackles. Nobody wanted to tackle the Royals quarterback. 53 yards later, he was into the end zone. Charlie Levac with a 53-yard score for the Royals. It was 35-0. And here's Levac with his final highlight of the night, a touchdown pass to Braden Harris, and the night was done for the starters at 42-0. The reserves were in, and they got one in the first half. Here is Kyron Fikes. And then Fikes again getting another score right here, making it 49-0. And they added one more toward the end of the contest for a final of 59-0. Once again, we want to remind you that you can support CVCA live stream. And there's the graphic that'll allow you to do that. This is an effort that is 100% volunteer staffed, but professional production. We try and do the best job we can and bring you the best live stream coverage in high school football in Ohio. A tip of the cap tonight to our team, Gabe Laurie, who stepped into the director's chair, filling in for John Powell, who's off tonight. For Steve Bader, who's on camera up high, and we sent him down low to get the alma mater as well. And then Chad Darr on stats. And last week we did our first ever remote broadcast, directed remotely. Tonight we've got Zach Nichols in the replay chair, and he is not with us. Zach Nichols is sitting in his dorm room in his house at Purdue University, and he's connected into us through a VPN and running replay. So Zach, tip of the cap to you. You were with us for many years. At the start of CVCA Livestream, you were here for game number 1, and now you are here once again, even though you're not with us. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow at Purdue. Mom and Dad will be out there, and we'll be cheering on the Boilermakers against USC with you. But here, the final score once again is 56-0. Gabe, throw that graphic up once again. If you like what you're seeing tonight, and every week on CVCA Livestream, we'd sure appreciate it if you could support it financially. We don't take a dime, but it does cost money for equipment. It costs money for streaming services. It just costs money to do this, and so we bore that cost as a team the first 4 years. We thank you and those of you who helped us out last year. Looking for those of you that are watching and liking the coverage to help out again this year. Any dollar amount is acceptable and welcome. You can go to cvcaroyals.org/give-now or scan that QR code. Just make sure you reference CVCA Livestream in the comments. And now we're going to take it down to field level. I believe we sent Steve Bader down there. Take a look at what's happening on the field. And there we go, field level, as both teams in prayer. It looks like mostly the Royals team actually there. The Garfield Rams are in the other end zone at the moment, meeting with their coaching staff. But the cheerleaders, the players, and the band will get ready for the Royals alma mater. First, singing the fight song, and you see that going on right down there. Mighty Royals, mighty Royals. And the helmet's lifted up high. A good night to be a Royal. Once again, the first time with a 3-0 start since 2007. It is the 11th straight regular season win for CVCA, dating back to last year.
Parents, join us in the east end zone now for the singing of the alma mater, singing the doxology together.
And now the fans and team will come together for the second ever singing of the Royals alma mater. Taking a little while for the festivities to get underway. Perhaps some instructions, seeing it's only the second time we've done this, but here we go. And that is the Royals alma mater, brand new here in 2025. And you saw it live here on CVCA live stream. I want to say one more thank you before we go away. With the running clock in the second half, we never got a chance to say thank you to our friends at Panini's. The Royals Power Meal program continues with Team 30 just down the road from CVCA at 4200 Steeles Point Drive. Panini's offers a relaxed atmosphere and reputation for excellent food and remarkable value. Known for their famous overstuffed sandwich, Panini's has an entire line of menu items that are developing their own following. Join legions of devoted customers that come to us for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Stop on down this weekend to Panini's in Stowe. When you do, be sure to thank them for their support of Royals football and the Royals Power Meal program. And that is going to do it for tonight's game once again. CVCA a big winner here at Royal Stadium. The final score 56-0. CVCA on the winning side of the ledger. So on behalf of Chad Darr, Gabe Laurie, Steve Bader, and Zach Nichols, this is Tim Nichols. Thank you for watching Royals football tonight, and we bid you a great weekend. So long, and have a great night, everybody.